Hey everyone, we're back with the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Is the Chronicles only for like when the two of them are bundled together? Like, was the first one called Chronicles? I don't think it was. Anyway, last time we beat case 1. I was going to wait to upload case 1 to kind of see how the reception was, like, you know, if I get views or not, you know, that kind of thing. Like, if you comment, I'll love you forever. Unless you're that one EV guy, you know who I'm talking about. But I realized that I probably have time to finish case 2 this weekend. You know, that's a multi-hour affair, but I want to, you know, with case 1, I broke it up and, you know, over the course of months, which didn't help. But I think I can finish case 2 this weekend, so I figured, okay, might as well go for it. About the adventure of the unbreakable speckled band.
In a corner of that small, dark room, Sholmes and I waited with bated breath. In time, there came from the ventilator a hiss and a soft, almost growl-like sound. Suddenly, Sholmes sprang into action, lashing furiously with his cane at a point in the darkness.
I assume this is Watson
narrating. You see it,
narrating?
Wilson, he yelled.
Wilson, of course.
Reverberating through the air. I raised my dark lantern shutter, and the room slowly came into view. Sholmes was staring intently at one particular corner when he started whispering to me. The victim's most perplexing final words. The speckled band.
Is this a pun?
I believe this is the terrible coil to which she referred, Wilson. In front of us was an enormous adder, its fangs bared as it threatened to strike. It truly was the most terrible speckled band I had ever seen.
Okay, so I'm assuming that's relevant to the case somehow, but I'm going to guess speckled band is a pun that is not referring to a snake. 6:37 a.m. on board the steamship Booyah.
So then, let us unravel this mystery.
Yeah, that's all.
And discover what events led to this curious murder. Pray, do excuse me. The cabin door was bolted from the inside when the man was killed. No marks to suggest the bolt was tampered with in any way. So, this would appear to be a locked room.
A locked room.
In his final moments, the victim scrawled a message on the floor.
What did that say?
Almost certainly with the ink from this upset bottle.
That wasn't Kazuma dead, was it?
A Russian word. So the victim was a Russian man then.
Okay.
And the letters are well formed, suggesting he was compos mentis at the time. This is a most extraordinary script. And evidently not penned by the same hand as this message. In fact, I deduce it was written by someone of a different nationality.
What? Okay.
This paper
luminol spray, of course.
By the victim himself.
They had that back. No, they didn't.
Well, what have we here?
Who are you, and what do you think you're doing here?
No one must touch before maritime.
Those are authentic accents.
Wait.
That won't be necessary. You see, in less than 5 seconds from now, I will reveal the killer to you.
What? Don't be absurd. This is murder. I need cabin locked from inside.
Ah yes, the locked room. But that mystery is paper thin.
You don't mean the culprit is in there?
Who are you, and where have you come from?
I'm a great British consultant detective, the only one in the world. Sherlock Sholmes. I presume you must have heard of me.
Better not be Yunosuke again. Okay, up until what's your name? Susato showed up? Well, I mean, I guess she could be. I was kind of thinking we might be playing as Kazuma since we're on a ship, but my head is throbbing. Is this Yunosuke? What's going on? Something's not right here. There's trouble in the air. Okay, I thought we'd be starting in media res, but we're getting right into it. Wait, well, or maybe we do flashback later. We'll see. But I can't move. We're really doing this again? What the? Why am I in handcuffs? So you wake up now. I assume this is Schmomes. Oh no, Russian guy. We had to drag you out of the ward. How do you do a Russian accent? I do not, just say da a lot. We had to drag you out of the wardrobe, da. See, there we go. I da not believe you could not wake up. You're a true cold-blooded man. You found me then. Da, we found you. Now you pay. Criminal. How long are you hiding in that tiny wardrobe? Sorry. Now you have been found. It is time to admit your crimes. Unless you want to find out how cold the ocean is. No, I'll tell you everything. But was he just being like smuggled aboard? And that better not be Kazuma dead. There's only one thing I'd like to know from you. Isn't that? Oh, hey you. Why did you do it? Why did you take his life? Miss Susato! Wait, what did you just say? Take his life? Where is he? Where's Kazuma? Kazuma can't be the Mia. Come on, he's too cool. You can't do this to me. Huh, you pretend you do not know. You're a wolf in the sheep's pelt. You are the killer. Do not try to make excuses. What? I think I was doing like a very bad French accent there. Kazuma-sama's body was discovered not long ago. I'm not believing until I see the body with my own two eyes. Here, in this very cabin, that was bolted shut from the inside. His body? Please, do not try to tell us you were doing this terrible thing in your sleep. So I guess Kazuma was just smuggling it, you know, with him just to have fun, which is why he's in the wardrobe. But Kazuma's dead? But he can't be. These handcuffs. Surely you don't think I have to know. Why did you take Kazuma-sama's life? Answer me, please. No. No! Kazuma. It was just 2 short weeks ago. Oh, okay, we are okay. Are you sure about this? Won't we get in trouble? Don't you find it fun being a stowaway? Besides, how else could you come to England with me to study? Really something else when you brought your luggage in here earlier, though. The way that Russian crewman just tossed your traveling case onto the floor, and he was in the case. Thought I was gonna die! Yes, I still can't quite believe that. Really didn't think you'd be able to fit inside my trunk. Must be even less of a man than you look. Hey, honestly, I thought I'd broken every bone in my body. Huh, about 50 days until we dock in Great Britain. You confine yourselves to my cabin here. Don't despite anyone will discover you. I hope not. The feeling these Russians wouldn't be very forgiving of a stowaway. They're a sturdy bunch, that's for sure. What? When does this take place? Okay, I know very little about world history, but I know, weren't the Japanese and Russians fighting in like Manchuria around this time? I assume Manchuria is like that, like northwest of Japan where, you know, Russia is. What I want to know is, why do we need to keep it a secret from the young lady? From our faithful judicial assistant, Mikotoba, you mean? From your close friend, more to the point. Surely we can confide in her, couldn't we? I don't believe she'd give me away. No, but if she knew what we'd done, that would make her guilty by association. It's best that only you and I know about this. I suppose so. Anyway, it's about the time that the steward is supposed to come and clean the cabin. I know it's cramped, but you'd better get in there, I think. Won't be for long. And anyway, compared to hiding inside my traveling case, it'll be a breeze. Yes, but what if the steward decides to open the wardrobe for some reason? Then I'll be in for it. That's why it looks like a Japanese talisman. It's probably just paper with like writing "Do not open." But stop worrying. I tell you what. Why don't you write "Keep out" or something on this piece of paper? What? Hopefully they can read Japanese. I can stick it over the wardrobe doors once you're inside. I don't know. We've only been at sea for about 15 days. I'll go. How can this have happened? We're supposed to be going on this adventure to England together. We leave you at the next port. Stay quiet until then. Don't make more trouble. We're gonna end up in Hong Kong, and we run into the masked lady again. Giselle Brett. Murder. No, I'm not a murderer. Ah, you said before. Said you admit everything about your crimes. No, that's not right. I mean, yes, I did stow away on the ship, but murdering my best friend? No one else could have done it. Admit the truth. Suzato-san? Please, tell me what happened. I need to know. Very well. But there's something I would like to ask of you too. Those eyes. She looks like she's ready to destroy me. Joke's on you, I'm into that. This nightmare is getting worse by the minute. I suppose all I can do is try to find out what really happened. Kazuma's death. He really has been killed, hasn't he? This isn't just a I want to look at the court record real quick. Oh, I already have the paper seal. Keep out in Japanese, though I'm not sure the Russian crew could actually read it. Yeah. People. I was kind of expecting like there to be like a blood splatter over his face or something to show that he's actually dead, because I don't believe it yet. Like obviously, you know, there's parallels to Mia, but come on, he's too cool to die. And these handcuffs, they think I did it? They think I'm Kazuma's killer? When they found him, the cabin was locked from the inside. What do you mean? There's no access to the cabin via a porthole window. The bolt on the door can't be operated from outside. In other words, after the crime, the culprit couldn't have escaped these four walls. What? Or to put it another way, the culprit can only have been somebody inside this cabin. Yeah, I've heard this one before. Or do you have some other explanation? This is impossible. How did he die then? What happened exactly? Are you still going to deny the charge, even despite the circumstances? Please, Suzato-san, you have to tell me. The cause of death is still undetermined. They don't know how he died. The ship's doctor is examining the body, but of course, he has no post-mortem analysis experience. I don't suppose we shall learn more until an expert is consulted at our next port of call. So presumably that means there were no obvious external signs of injury then. That's true, yes. About the incident. So like it could have been like, you know, poison or something that took time to happen. I mean, that's too easy for a Ghost Dream mystery. Also, I wonder if they went to that event. Didn't that happen in the second? Maybe. I feel like that happened in the second case of Game 5, but it's been so long I don't remember. Can't anyone tell me what actually happened here in this cabin? I don't understand it. Why would anyone want to kill Kazuma? Presumably that's something you know the answer to better than anyone. Please. Whatever you say, you were here in the cabin after all. Well, yes, I was, but... He would always wake before dawn and do his training first thing in the morning. I was was waiting outside his cabin, as I have every day so far on this voyage. But this morning, he did not come. Consider said he wouldn't. Does that mean he was already dead when Susato-san arrived at his cabin door, I wonder? I knocked, but there's no reply. Then I started to become worried, so I went to find a member of the crew. The crewman forced the cabin door open. When we managed to get inside, I'm assuming that's what by like the lock where the bar goes through is slanted. There was Kazuma-sama collapsed on the floor. So I don't speak Russian. Can someone translate? Tap, ape, ob. And the white tape there now shows exactly where he was found, I suppose. I had no idea anything had happened. I must have been asleep in the wardrobe somehow. I wish it wasn't the case, but that's just very hard to believe. This is all very hard for me to believe too, trust me. I've told you everything that I know, so it's my turn to ask you a question. Yes, alright. My head feels so heavy. Still throbbing like anything. So I'm assuming, well, I don't just hit on the head. You think like they use like a gas or something in the room? Like there is a vent right there. Stowaway. Why are you even on board this ship, Naruhodo-san? You said something before about being a stowaway, didn't you? Oh, did he say that? I don't remember him using that word out loud. Yes, I'm afraid that's true. It's 2 weeks since we left Japan now. Been shut up in this cabin the entire time. I had no idea. But how could he have occupied Kazuma-sama's cabin for so long without him noticing? No, that would have been impossible, obviously. Yes, of course. Kazuma invited me. He wanted us to go to England together. Because we're bros. He actually asked you? But why? I'm afraid. Don't really know the reason myself. I don't understand. He knew someone was gonna try to kill him, so he needed Yunosuke here to, you know, foil their plans. Kazuma, why do you want this? What's the real reason? Why go to such extreme lengths to smuggle me to England with you? And I'm gonna replace him there in England. Well, he's in a coma because he's not actually dead. It's an idea that's been on my mind ever since the end of that incredible trial. I think I told you that, didn't I? That you ought to become a lawyer yourself. Oh, yes, you did say that. I didn't think you were serious. You have a talent for it. I can assure you of that. Never really thought about becoming a lawyer. Well, that's something you can decide for yourself. London is at the spearhead of cultural development. Center of the world in many ways. There can't be any harm in seeing such an important place with your own eyes, can there? Oh, no, definitely not. But on a personal level, if you were to become a lawyer, then what? Nothing. I think it'd make a good franchise of games. Forget it. Kazuma-sama he was always saying the same thing, that he wanted to change the Japanese legal system. Perhaps he thought that he could do that with you. Yes, maybe. But something's still bothering me a little. The look in his eyes then. Is it like a screen glitch? Do you guys see that? It was darker than I've ever seen it before. Susato-san, sorry that we're keeping it a secret from you. Like, stowing away on the ship, I mean. I know Kazuma-sama. I expect he was trying to protect me, to avoid me becoming guilty by association. Wow, it's like you heard what he said. That's exactly right, yes. Word perfect, in fact. Last night. If you're not the culprit, then tell me, what happened last night here in this cabin? Well, the thing is, I don't really remember. Kazuma brought me something to eat, just like he always did. And then I got myself into that wardrobe over there, just like I always did. Did he sleep in there? Like every night? Did that I fell asleep? Well, yes. So deeply that you didn't even stir when Kazuma-sama was killed? Well, yes. Okay, maybe the food was drugged? No, it sounds unbelievable. Really, I do. But it's the truth. Because they would have been sharing food. So, I mean, they meant to drug Kazuma. If only I'd woken up, then perhaps I wouldn't be in this predicament. For some reason, my head's still throbbing like anything. Really? Is something wrong? Oh, no, it's... Please forget it. She knows something. Susato-san, you have to believe me. I didn't do it. I really don't want to doubt you. But the trouble is, there's no one else who could have possibly have done that. I've heard that one so many. Let me investigate. OBS still going good? Yeah. Oh, I forgot to check. Do I have hard drive space? Oh shoot! Oh shoot! Oh shoot! Oh, panic! Panic! What do I do? I need to delete something quick! 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 I only have a gig left. Okay, that's 6.5 gigs. Quick! 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 Dunk it in! Dunk it in the recycle bin. Okay, okay, we're good. We're good. Don't understand why. Why did this have to happen? Ah! I can't take this. Don't try to go anywhere. You're the perpetrator of this crime. You can't leave. Can't allow that to happen. Sorry. But Kazuma was killed right under my nose here. And I didn't do anything to stop it. And now I'm supposed to just sit around? My hands tied? While whoever did this walks free? No, I can't allow that to happen. Well, what do you propose to do then? Investigate. I'm going to investigate. I'm going to find out exactly what happened here. I'm going to work out who took Kazuma's life and how and why they did it. So I'm sorry. You're going to have to excuse me. Hiya! Oh, she did that. What the? That was a Susato takedown. The Susato takedown. That's a secret technique. Susato, what? What martial art form is that? Instead of summoning ghosts, she knows karate. When I need you to prove it. Sorry? Prove it? Yes, your innocence. I need evidence. But how am I supposed to... Have you forgotten already? What you achieved just a few weeks ago. You successfully defended yourself in a court of law. Ah, I see. Just expecting me to present some conclusive evidence. I have to get Susato-san to believe me. I'll show you some evidence right now that proves I'm not guilty of this awful... Is it the paper seal? Yeah, okay, maybe like it was put in a way that you couldn't put it yourself. Like, was it right down the middle? Oh.
Yes!
Tell me, when I was discovered in the wardrobe before, was this piece of paper stuck over the doors? Oh, yes, it was. I remember clearly. I thought so. Kazuma always put it in place whenever I went to sleep in there. Just in case the cabin steward or another crew member decided to look inside. So naturally, he did the same last night as well. Ah, I mean, what if he just put it on, like, to the side a little? I mean, that is easily... Like, unless they closely examined it at the time. Yes, of course. The gentleman who discovered you peeled that sign from the wardrobe doors before he opened them. If I were truly the culprit, I couldn't have climbed back inside the wardrobe and stuck this on the outside of the doors on my own. Yes, that's quite true. In other words, it's impossible that I killed Kazuma. Case closed. Well, even if you are sprawled hopelessly on the floor... Oh, is he on the floor? I thought he was on the bed. I can see why Kazuma-sama thought so highly of you. Thank you, Susato-san. Now, do you think perhaps you could help me up? Well, in the light of that evidence, I don't see any reason why I should stop you from investigating in here at least. Thank you. They finally believe me. Sorry? No. What? I'm not sure yet. I can't rule out the possibility that you use some sort of conjuring trick to put the sign back in position. I do know a lot of conjuring tricks. Does she think I am a magician? For now, I suggest you investigate as thoroughly as possible in here. I'll do the same. Alright, let's get to work, Susato-san. Please don't misunderstand me. I still have my doubts. Oh. I shall be watching you to make sure you do nothing that might disturb the crime scene. I won't want you using your conjuring tricks to destroy evidence, for example. Right. Well, anyway, should make a start on investigating in here. Examine everything I can. Kazuma, I swear, I'll avenge your death. Death in quotation marks. Okay. Oh, you're still in here? He was here the whole time? Okay, let's start. What does this say? Did Kazuma write that before he died? Looks like it's written in ink. Like, why would he write it in Russian? Does he even know Russian? He must have knocked the ink pot from the desk when he collapsed on the floor. Then I suppose he wrote this message by dipping his finger in the spillage. Poor Kazuma-sama. No doubt he was in terrible pain. It's almost unbearable to imagine it. I suppose he was trying to leave some kind of a clue in his final moment. Was he? Sorry, partner. I can't read your writing. I don't think that's Japanese, Naruhodo-san. What? Then, what language is it? Pains me to admit it, but I don't know. Not a foreign script I'm familiar with. What does it mean, I wonder? Is it not, like, I'm... Is it not Russian? Well, didn't they... I mean, in my eyes, Russian is just English, but it looks a little funny. Right? So, don't tell the Russians I said that. Oh dear, that won't do. Oh, what's the matter, Susato-san? Whenever I'm examining things, I always find myself so focused, I forget to look around properly. Yes, that's not good. I don't suppose you're as foolish as me in that regard. Are you, Naruhodo-san? Oh, she's teaching me how to use the arrows. Sure, you're careful to look around using B and M, aren't you? That's a weird keybind. Investigate all corners of this cabin. Yes, let's do that. Because my field of vision has been rather small until now. Did I already do that before? I don't remember. Check that bad boy out. I think that's some kind of opening for a ventilator. A hole through which fresh air can circulate into the cabin. Isn't that a little odd? What do you mean? Oh, it's a ventilator. If that's what it is, looks like it must connect to the next door cabin. Yes, it would appear to. You're right. If its purpose is to allow fresh air into the room, surely it should be connected to the outside. That's true. Perhaps it's so that rain and spray don't find their way in when the seas are rough. Something like that? Yeah, I imagine, you know, having a hole, like an open window in a ship isn't the best of ideas. Well, I mean, I guess this is, you know, one of those fancy like metal ships, not like a pirate ship. Like, I mean, I was still in, like, I kind of imagining it as a pirate ship, despite, you know, all the pipes and stuff. I suppose. Maybe that's it. It's some 2 weeks since we set sail from Japan. Have you really been living in that wardrobe the entire time, Naruhodo-san? I think living isn't quite the right description. Oh, no, I suppose not. That must have been rather exciting, making this voyage in your own secret hideout. Trouble was, never knew when a member of the crew might come in. So yes, I did basically have to live in the wardrobe. Last night was no exception. Because of that, you had no idea what was happening out here in the cabin. No, sadly not. Chair. Can't examine chair. Bed. What's this? This is... Yes, it's a bell cord contraption, I think. What do you mean contraption? Read about it in a book I was studying that talked about life in Great Britain. You pull on it and something happens? Large households often have bell cords like this, which you can ring a bell to summon servants. You guys see that? No, okay. A friend of mine started playing Unnamed Space Idol. I assume that's an idol game. Idol as in like waiting around, not as in like the singer and dancers. Okay, sorry, I got a phone call. Shall we give it a little try? Yes! In the interest of cultural research, obviously. Of course. It worked. Suppose nobody comes for lowly Japanese people. No, I'm sure it's just that everyone is busy. That's all. There was a murder. Desk. This is where dear Kazuma-sama would have sat whenever he was writing. London Diary. Poor Kazuma. Didn't even make it to his destination. Looks as though the last entry is incomplete. Which means... what? He's in the middle of writing it when the incident happened? Let's see what it says. It could be a valuable clue. Hiya! That's out of the question. No. Let me read it. Kazuma-sama may have departed this world, but you must not read his private thoughts. But what if it's something important? Something relevant to the case? Alright, I won't read it. Japanese people get off easy. They can just read that. I don't know what that says. Poor Kazuma-sama. Don't like prying into people's personal matters. But in this case, isn't the need for clues more important? Oh, what? Where did he come from? Who's that? He wasn't there a minute ago. As far as I can tell, looks like he might be European. Oh, how did he crawl through the pipe? He can shrink. It's a shrink ray. You noticed the man too, haven't you? No idea who he is or how he got in here. He looks suspicious. Tall. Suspiciously tall. Naruhodo-san? Don't tell me. Do you really not know who that is? Well, no. Don't have any foreign friends or acquaintances at all. He doesn't look like a member of the crew. Something very unusual about him. Is he investigating Kazuma's desk, or is he just playing on it? Can't tell. Well, in that case, simply must talk with him. I'm just imagining it. Susato-san look almost uncontrollably excited. By the way, it's funny that you've noticed already, but just in case, press space on people when they're in the crosshairs. You can converse with them. What? Alright then, I'll get that suspiciously tall gentleman in my sights and see what he has to say for himself. Oh, please do. You can also just double click. Excuse me. Excuse me, do you have a moment? Shh, this is a critical point in my investigation. Maybe I should leave him alone. Seems a little unfriendly. Yes, perhaps that'd be for the best. Greetings! I hope I haven't kept you long. What exactly were you doing on Kazuma's desk just now? Thinking if there's anything under it? Ah, I see. Fascinating. Sorry? What do you see? Looks like he's looking right through me. Ah, yes, everything is clear now. The train of reasoning has run its course. My deductions have crystallized. You have been in Afghanistan, I perceive. Just recently returned, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry? What? And now, whilst venturing through foreign climes, you find yourself in a most troubling predicament. Oh, that's true at least. But how? Was Afghanistan called Afghanistan back then? I don't know the history of Afghanistan. History. Okay, I'm not. That's a lot of history. I don't know. How did the deuce knew I did that? Perhaps? It was really most elementary deduction. Hardly worth explaining. Have you perhaps managed to deduce anything else? But of course, a great many things. There's no mystery, my dear madam. For example, you have fled your native land of Russia, being, as you are, a merciless revolutionary. You leave 16 victims of assassination in your wake. Now travel to England to blow up the Crystal Tower. I'm gonna go play Final Fantasy 3. And when the beribboned occupant of this very cabin discovered your identity, you ended his life too. Yes, I believe that summarizes the facts beautifully. No need to hide the truth now. Nothing deceives these eyes. Just to be clear, you're talking about me, are you? Shouldn't that be, aren't you? Certainly I am. Do you see another in this cabin who fits the bill? A Russian assassin with 16 victims to his name? I don't even see one person who fits the bill. She gonna believe him? So it's true! It was you who did this to Kazuma-sama. What? And you're plotting a revolution too. Shameful behavior, Naruhodo-san. Absolutely wicked. No, there's no way I... Oh, come on! 3 times is too many. Now explain yourself. Tell me everything. This is ridiculous. Oh. How could you do it? For pity's sake, open your eyes. I'm not a Russian revolutionary, obviously. Oh, forgive me. And as for you, what kind of deduction was that? You're just saying the first thing that came into your head. Ah, but was I not right? Well, so venturing through foreign climes, you do find yourself in the most troubling predicament. Do you not? Oh, yes, maybe. Ah, there you have it. You see? What do you make of that, Well, to be honest, the ship is on out to England, and I'm in handcuffs at the scene of a murder. So, not really sure you could call it deduction, or plain observation. Indeed, an observation, my dear boy, is the basis of all deduction. My method is founded upon the observation of trifles, you see. I announce my findings with a brassy certitude, and more often than not, I'm right! I don't think you introduced yourself. My apologies. How remiss of me. I'm none other than the greatest detective of the century, known to men and women the world over. The inimitable, inimitable? Herlock Schmomes. So, it's really you? But didn't they already run into each other? The actual Herlock Schmomes? Such a stupid name. The very same! The inimitable. What's that? What is that? Inimitable. 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 Inimitable.
Inimitable.
Inimitable. Actual Herlock Schmomes. You know this man, Suzato-san? The most famous detective in the world? Naruhodo-san, of course I do. There's nobody who hasn't heard of him. What planet have I been living on then? You must ask him what he's deduced. He'll have worked out the entire case already, I'm sure. Really? Why do I feel uneasy about this? Ah, that's so much dialogue. We should probably finish examining everything first, right? How far into the video are we? Okay, I had to cut it. 40 minutes, jeez. I was hoping to investigate this whole room, but to talk to Schmomes and this guy and examine how many more things? We can't examine the bottle? Get suitcase, this thing, 3, 4. 5 sword, 6, 7, 9, 8. Okay, yeah, we got a lot of investigating left to do, so I think I'll have to cut it. Oh, and the pipe. Can't examine the pipe. Hold on. I assume that's like a sound system, right? That's my guess. Maybe. It's like that's for ventilation purposes, so that has to be sound, right? Like, we'll find out. Well, I mean, no, you can't examine it, so we'll never find out. Actually. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time for some more Ace Attorney. See you guys then. Bye.